Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So Scorpio, you guys actually inspired a change last week. So I decided to do a deeper spiritual readings about like the beauty within you. What is it that is so beautiful about you that needs to be shared? It's like your gift to share to the world. What is it that you do in this world? Why are you here? Like, that's a really big question, right? So why are you here, Scorpio? There's some sort of beauty that you're meant to share with others in this lifetime. So we're gonna delve into that, and I'm going to actually I want you to think of a yes/no question. So I started this with Leo, Virgo, and Libra. I created my little deck. I got a deck. It's blank cards. Well, they were blank, but I put stuff on. They're all yes, no's. So it's kind of fun. It's just entertainment purposes, right? Like, don't base your life on this. Don't make massive life decisions based on if you get a yes or a no from these cards. It's just kind of fun because it seems to work. Although I asked a question yesterday and I got a no. And then today I got a yes. So I don't know, maybe the timing is just right. So yeah, so what I'm going to do at the end of the reading, come up, if you can think of a yes, no question you have to ask. There's 20 cards here. And you're going to have 3 choices. So it's either going to be card 1, card 2, or card 3. So you got to use your intuition which one to pick to get your answer. And at the end of the reading, I'm going to shuffle, okay, it's card 1. So the answer for Scorpios who picked card 1 is, and it'll come out and I'll show you. So that's what we're going to do at the end. So let's get started with Cheryl Lee Harnish's Return of Spirit Oracle deck to find out what is so beautiful about Scorpio that Scorpio shares with the world. This is so funny because wasn't I just showing it? Wasn't this on the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling it? And it's what came out. So take flight. Take flight, Scorpio. This is what you share with the world, is taking flight. This is very uplifting energy. Very uplifting, very cycle changing energy, which makes so much sense. Being Scorpio, the death card in the tarot, which is the ending and beginning of new cycles, the death and the rebirth within people, which is very... So basically, yeah, you got that. That's you, man. You're doing that. You are doing that full on, the death and the rebirth in cycles for people. This is what you do. Wow. I want to look in the book and get a little more, like, this is it. Wow. I opened it and went right to it. Synchronicities. All right. It's time to come out of seclusion. Remember, this is what you do to people. You do for them. This is your beauty that you do with them. You no longer need to hide or try to protect yourself from the world around you. You are moving into a new stage of your life where stepping out is important for your emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. Wow, so you kind of I want to say you push people past what they feel comfortable with too. Though, like if someone is sitting in stagnant or stale energy, you sort of inspire. You inspire them to get out there and start, and you know, I find Scorpio can be very sociable. The Scorpios that I know are very sociable. Very sociable. It's time to start making new friends and social connections. You may find yourself being drawn to join groups, take classes, or engage in social activities. So again, I feel like you are inspiring people to do this. Just as the butterfly is drawn to a flower's nectar, you will find that getting out into the world and being with others will be a source of soul food for you. Ooh, isn't that interesting? So you are like the compass to the nectar that the butterfly needs. So it's almost as if you are there for when a friend, a colleague, somebody has hatched into a new cycle. Because new cycles can be difficult. It can be difficult to find our way through them, to work through them, to negotiate the new cycle. Because often we feel brand new. The situations feel brand new. And you kind of guide people to this nectar so that they can flourish and really start, at least on the course, to living abundance, to living an abundant life. Wow, that's pretty neat. I'm telling you, I find these readings fascinating this week. Really fascinating. You are literally like, I want to say like, you're like the golden compass to lead these newly hatched out butterflies to the sweet nectar, to nourish them in this new cycle. Well, isn't that beautiful? Why can't they make a tarot card like that? Like, why do you have to have the death card with this, you know, the Grim Reaper and the sickle, or some skeleton on a horse chomping over the king? Like, I really like that. I really like being there with this spoon of nectar to lead these butterflies that have hatched out of chrysalises. God, that would be a beautiful oracle or tarot card for a death card. All these butterflies, beautiful, colorful butterflies coming out of this chrysalis. And there is this wonderful person holding this spoon of nectar, and that would be Scorpio, leading them from their death into their new rebirth. It's awesome. Ooh, Scorpio. I like that. All right, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to get into, wow, look at that, the Five of Pentacles. See, that's kind of coming out of the chrysalis, or being in the chrysalis. This is my Starman Tarot. Very interesting cryptic artwork. So I will get more messages than just the typical tarot out of it for myself anyways. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shuffle out and I'm going to get cards to tell us how you actually do this. So more in a three-dimensional sense, because the first part of how I described, you know, the nectar to the butterflies, it's very figurative. I know I'm going to get comments. I have no idea what you're saying. This doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I guess some people have not been to philosophy classes or taken art or poetry or like that. It's kind of how I function. I'm sorry. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but that's all right. The Alien and the Princess of Wands. Wow, the Alien. You know, it's funny though. I get this feeling like a lot of Scorpios feel like that. I feel like the Alien here. I don't feel like everything is weird. This place is crazy weird. The Alien. Let's get it to, so the Alien is the replacement of the Hermit card in this deck. Now, it's much more interesting though. It's much more interesting than the Hermit. So this alien is able to look beyond themselves and almost look like at themselves from outside of the box. So this is really seeing yourself in situations clearly. So this is how you do it. This is how you help guide these butterflies to the nectar. You get them to see themselves from outside of the box. That's pretty freaky weird, Scorpio. That's pretty weird. You get them to see themselves from outside of the box. Almost like an out-of-body experience. Like it's a very spiritual. To look at yourself from outside of yourself is not easily done. And if you can do that, that's pretty amazing. So interesting. So the message I'm getting here is you get them to rewrite their own story. You get them to rewrite their own story. So what's interesting is when someone hatches out of the chrysalis, you know, figuratively, you've come into a new cycle. You know when you've upped a level, like you feel everything is different. You look back to who you were and you're like, yeah, that's not me anymore. Like, that's not me. Like, I'm not, but, and look at this DNA strand. It's coming from the groin area here. It's almost like they have been rewritten. You know, people have been rewritten. You are not, this is really interesting. So you're not like the catalyst that causes them to go into a new cycle or to hit a higher vibrational level. You are that support mechanism. It's almost as if it's just divine timing. So you may find yourself running into people that You know, let's say you've always been into yoga. I'm just putting that out there as an example. I just find it's easier for me to explain through, let's say, than, yeah. Let's say you've always been into yoga. You've been doing it for 20 years. You're really, really good at it. Somebody has just gone through one of these, you know, like rebirths. They've hatched out. They're really seeing themselves differently. They understand now the connection between their mind, their heart, their soul, their body. And they want to exercise that. They want to keep it healthy and move it and feel. And they're like, I think yoga would be, but I don't know where to go. I don't know where's a good place to go to. Like, I feel like I really need a good place with a good connection. I don't know how to do that. And then you've never met this person before. They've never met you. And then you, let's just say you're at the coffee shop. And let's say you both have the same name. And isn't it? I'm not a big coffee. I don't actually drink coffee. So let's say, I think it's Starbucks. They write the name on the cup, don't they? So they write the names on the cups. So you both go to go get your cup. It's like, oh, I didn't order the pumpkin chai latte or whatever. No, I did. Oh, I did. Oh, isn't that funny? Oh, we have the same names. That's so funny. And they notice, well, you have a yoga mat. They're like, oh, you go do yoga. Yeah, like you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. It's like spirit sets that up because you are now this person that is going to help guide them to growing this new thing that they're into, or that's developing that's connecting them more deeply with themselves and their body and their spirit and their soul. Like, so that's the message that I'm getting here and how that works. And you help them with all this writing that's coming up here. I feel like you help them to start rewriting their new story. You help them to start rewriting their new story by being this person. And because you are that social butterfly, I want to say, you are that social butterfly, so it is easy for you to just pick up a conversation with someone at the coffee shop that you don't necessarily know. That's so funny, we have the same name, and I do yoga over here, and have you ever done? I wanted to do yoga, I can't believe I'm here. It's so cool. What a coincidence that I'm bumping into you and you're going to yoga. Well, you know, we do a free, the first 2 classes are free. Why don't you come? And the place is amazing. I've been going there for 15 years. Wow, like, so you are all of a sudden, you are the nectar. Do you see how that worked? Like, you were the nectar, the butterfly. Oh, I'm going to follow you, Scorpio. This is the direction I feel I need to go here. And here you are presenting it to me. Those people are fabulous. You have no idea how fabulous that is, because I run into that problem where I'm like, yeah, there's something new I want to learn, or there's something that I'm starting, but I feel like I need to develop it better. Oh gosh, you can look online for hours trying, like, looking at ratings and this. I don't know where to go. And it always, to me, comes down to just divine timing. I'm waiting, and it finally happened for me. Somebody who was visiting the house had mentioned something that they've been going to for quite a while, and this person is really good. I'm like, oh, finally, I've been waiting for this to happen. That was like that Scorpio energy where now finally you're able to give me the direction here. That's kind of what you do. Now the Princess of Wands is what is also come out here. I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to take a look at the card and try to get more information out of this beautiful Princess of Wands. So the princesses and the princes are like the knights, but they harness different energy. The princesses are a little bit more, I want to say, cuppish feelings. The knights are a little bit more swordy in the mind. So the princess is more heart, the princes a little more mind, but they still represent their symbol, like the wands. So this is still about an offer and desires. Well, what are we talking about? This person is desiring something, and you have the answer. You have the offer. You have the nectar. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lover card comes out in this deck for you, because they're dripping honey in this deck. They've come out a lot this week, actually. The Princess of Wands, you offer the desire. You lead them to their desires. Oh, Scorpio. Better watch out what people are looking for, huh? What else is going to come out? I like to get a lot of cards this week for this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, very interesting. It's There's always stuff that comes out in these that you don't expect. So then we have the Two of Swords and the Strength card. Two of Swords and the Strength card. Oh yeah, so the alien is, I guess it's like, I want to say Virgo energy. Strength is Leo. Two of Swords. Look at this Two of Swords. Do you see how this person sits in such indecision that to me it's pulling them apart? Both choices want to be chosen and they're tugging on this person and they're not choosing because they sit in indecision. I was sitting in indecision until I could run into somebody that could recommend, or it just happened. I thought, I just know it's going to happen. At some point, that's the best way because I've given up trying to force things. I'm tired of being an Aries. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm just waiting for the universe to deliver it to me. And that's, the person is sort of sitting in that. And it's almost like with this Strength card, just at the last moment, I want to say that you come in and you give them an alternative to both choices. That like you just come in and you throw in a wrench here. But it strengthens everything. They come back together. There's no indecision about these. They come back together from being pulled apart, from not knowing. Because remember, it's not easy. When you're in something new, when you've gone into a new energy, when you're exploring a new aspect of yourself, and you're looking for external sources to heighten it or to develop it, and which way do I go on this? Like, this is a really fundamental, important aspect of who you are. Helping these beautiful butterflies to take flight. Helping these beautiful butterflies to be able to finally take flight so they can fly into their new cycle. I really like that. If I ever make a tarot deck, honest to goodness, I'm going to make that Death card. It's just something so awesome. Like these beautiful, colorful butterflies coming out of these dry, crusted brown chrysalises. They're death now. Those are dead. They're like old coffins. It's almost a little bit like a Judgment card too, isn't it? But that's the energy here. That's the energy. And you know, this hand with a spoon or something, or a flower dripping with nectar, is leading them to their rebirth, to their new cycle. And the Strength card, yeah, it gives them strength because they didn't know where to go. The butterflies had no idea where they should go. Like, where do I expend this energy? I don't have a lot of energy. I've been sitting in a chrysalis for 6 months. I need to go find my nectar, and you get them there. Oh gosh. Okay. Those I'll fill out separately. I'm taking the ones that came out prior to that on their own. Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, Prince of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and then the Emperor. So let me move the cards here. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Wands, right after this indecision in the Two of Swords, right? We had this indecision in the Two of Swords. It was pulling them apart. I feel like you come in and you give them this direction. It strengthens everything about this new cycle for them. It strengthens everything about the new cycle, and they move towards it. They literally move towards it. You're like guiding them. You're luring them. You are luring them with your nectar, Scorpio. You are luring them with the nectar. And then the Three of Cups, look at how they bake this. It's wonderful, and this is social aspect. So these people too can often become new friends for you. They really can, because now you have this connection. So it serves you in that sense too. It serves you, like, look at how you, look at these golden hands of Scorpio pouring this lovely nectar onto these beautiful naked butterfly women. It's so funny. But really, I mean, that's what it is. This Three of Cups, this celebration in companionship, in friendship, in having like a common goal, a common interest. Yeah. The Prince of Swords. This guy, this is a card actually that I associate very much with Aquarius energy. So this is that person that will stand out from the crowd. Their socks may not match, but that's part of the deal. They did that on purpose, man. They didn't no, that wasn't an accident. They're doing that for a reason. It's a statement. So making a statement here, yeah, I feel that you will lead these new butterflies to the nectar, these new people that are coming into new cycles. You will lead them even to where you know they really need to go, even if they may not think they do. They may still be thinking about the social norms, but you're like, no. If you really want to develop that properly, like if you really want to really get into yoga, don't go to the gym and do the hot yoga. You need to go to that temple, that old temple down there, and it's only Thursdays at like 9 p.m. in the basement or something. Like, it's just like, no, if you're really serious about this, if you really want the nectar to make this grow and develop, you will guide them beyond the social norm. And then what happens, huh? And then what happens? Wow, and you've planted a seed. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, and you've now planted a seed with this person. You really have. And you get growth out of this because, like I said, you have a friendship with this person, and this, you almost continue to be on a journey now. It's almost in a way, it's like connecting. Oh, wow. It's, yeah. It's like, these are, so the ones that you really connect with and really have this influence on, you are like a soulmate contract to this person, whether it's romantic or it's friendship, work colleague. You guys were sort of meant to come together. Like I said at the beginning, it was like this destined thing that you showed up there, Scorpio, and bumped into this person, and they were happened to look for the thing that you knew a lot about or had the information on. But because it's like destined, so this, in a way, you're serving your own soulmate contracts with others, and doing that, you're helping them grow and develop. It's really amazing. And then the Emperor energy here. This is what comes in after that Seven of Pentacles, after you've planted the seed with this person. This is the lead. You are the leader, actually. I feel like this is your energy, the Emperor. You are the leader in this person. And the people do tend to look up to you like this. And you kind of feel very protective of these soulmate contracts, these people that come into your life and you help them. You help provide that nectar through the rebirthing cycle that they have. Oh. All right, so now, Scorpio, the next oracle card that comes out is how to continue to grow this, how to develop this, how to, keep it going through your lifetime. Really keep it growing, because anything that we have an ability to do, a talent, a gift, a beauty, it's got to keep growing until the day we die. Well, it's interesting. Okay. The sexuality card has come out. Oh, Scorpio. Yeah, I can see that coming out for you. You naughty Scorpio. This is how to keep it growing. Wow. Well, I really feel the message that I'm getting from this card is your sexuality, the practice of that, whatever that is to you as an individual, the practice of that, engaging in that, is what in a way strengthens your connection to source, is what I'm getting. It strengthens your connection to source, and in doing that, it aligns you up more clearly and more accurately to these soulmate connections that you were destined to run into to help them find their nectar along the way. I mean, really, if you think about it, like the nectar, you need to get that from somewhere. So this is how you get it. From whatever your sexuality is for you, however you practice that, however you experience that, when you do, when it's in a healthy situation that you are wanting, you connect to source. This connects you to source. And you're going to feel invigorated. I'm getting this feeling like you're going to feel invigorated, like you've been sort of infused with more life force energy. And because it has connected you to source, and it's sort of, it's almost like a laptop. If you can imagine a laptop that hasn't updated in a long time and you're going online and doing stuff, eventually things are just not running well. You know, it's taking a long time to load stuff and apps, or even your phone. The app is not talking to this app anymore because they're not aligned. And then they get this update. The apps are talking. You're running into these people that you're meant to run into. That is really interesting. I'm telling you, I'm learning all sorts of stuff this week. It's pretty interesting. So, the guidance and the outcome is what I'm going to pull out now with the tarot cards. The guidance and the outcome of this for Scorpio. Oh, wow. Geez, that's pretty cool. You got the Sacred Clown. The Sacred Clown. So this replaces the typical Fool. In the tarot, they have the Sacred Clown. Now, the Sacred Clown is pretty interesting energy. The Sacred Clown is that very divine energy, divine person who does not lead and direct or open people's eyes up to divine source through traditional methods, I want to say. And that's a lot like the Prince of Swords, too. It's funny that you would get both of them. It's a lot like the Prince of Swords. Like I said, you will take them down to the old temple that nobody goes to, or, you know, it's basement Thursday nights down there. And that's where you're really going to find. You will also, like, look at how here, like, look at this diamond sitting in this bear trap. And there's all these bear traps around. Like, the Sacred Clown is not afraid to go into the dungeon. I'm not afraid to go into the dungeon. Come with me. We're going to find some nectar down here. Like, it's a very interesting energy with this Sacred Clown dude. It is that leap of faith. It is that leap of faith, but with, I want to say, a side order of sadistic humor. Oh gosh, yeah. I was just seeing that. I swear to God, that wasn't there a second ago, but I'm seeing it. It's there. Look at how he's got this a peeled banana coming up out of this garter that sits. Well, it is the... I don't know what you guys are doing down in the dungeon. You said that there was yoga down there for that person. I'm not so sure that... I'm not so sure, Scorpio. Is it really a yoga class? What's going on down there, Scorpio? Whoop. Let's see what that is. Oh, the Five of Pentacles. Why did I have this? I'm sure I had this out earlier as an example to something for you. Didn't I? Gosh, I thought I did. I don't know. I've done so many readings. Huh. The Five of Pentacles. So a lack of. You know, I'm getting the message because it's sitting on the other side of the sexuality card. If you are starting to feel... Let's get these lined up here. Okay, Scorpio. If you are starting to feel a lack of, with this Five of Pentacles, you know, feeling like you don't have enough, there's no abundance, even like feeling like you need to leave situations or where you are, feeling homeless, like it's just a bad feeling, okay? The Sacred Clown is here to tell you that you need to tap in. You need to do something with your mojo. That is, it's kind of an interesting message that this is a very important aspect to Scorpio with this sexuality card. Tapping in. You need to tap in. That is your tap in. That's your plug into divine source there. Because when you're unplugged from divine source for too long, you're going to end up feeling a lack. You're going to end up like you can't manifest. You can't make these connections. These connections are important to you, Scorpio. They are highly important to the people you're connecting with. Highly important to these people. Because you are there for that purpose. You are like their tour guide. Not even that. It's more than that. You are like the guardian angel driving through the alley in the middle of the night. You just happen to be there. And this is a very vulnerable person because they don't know where they are and it doesn't seem like a good place to be in the middle of the night. And there you are, that guardian angel, and you open the door and they feel safe to get in the car and you take them out of the alley to where they can grow and be abundant, right? Like that's a very important role that you play. But in that role, you're getting these connections with your soulmates, your soulmate energies as well. So this lack of, really think about that sexuality card and how much that means to you and what that means and what that practice is too. Oh yes, okay, so that's your reading. That's kind of cool. That was very interesting, Scorpio. You never know where these are going to go. It's beautiful, really. It's really beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, do you have your question, your yes or no question? So I'm going to get ready to do the first one. Card 1 for Scorpio, yes or no? What is the answer for them? I don't know. Everybody's getting a lot of no's lately. So you got no. Not a good idea at this time. Maybe later, much later, but not now. I was actually. I think my son had been nagging me to go on the computer. I'm like, no, not now. Do your homework. Yeah. This is entertainment purposes, right? Like, don't base major life decisions on these yes-no cards. It's kind of entertainment. It can also be used if you have a pretty good idea what the answer is and that comes up. It's also Source's way of saying, you're right, you know. You always know at the end of the day and you always have to make your own choices. Card number 2 came out fast. Yes or no for pile number 2. Card number 2. Yes, as soon as you are ready. Now there's an awful lot of space sitting here. And I find it's interesting, as soon as you are ready. So what are you ready for? What do you really want in that space? You got the answer yes. How do you want it? What is it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for this? Something. Yeah, you got a yes. That's a pretty good yes. Okay, the third card. If you said I want the third card for my yes-no answer. Third card is for Scorpio for yes-no. Their third card for yes-no. Third card for yes-no. Oh, what the heck? Oh, you got 2. And they both say no. Wow. Oh, wow, this is so crazy because this card has a butterfly and a caterpillar on it. I'm going to show you the first one. The first no. Okay, it says no. There are many soulmates that may come to you. This is not one of them. You must continue on your path. You're going to freak out when I show you what the other card is. You must continue on your path, okay? No is the second one. Your path is about to change and grow. That's freaky. Isn't that freaky? You have to continue on your path because it's about to change and grow. Ooh, that's really interesting. Wow, this is kind of fun. Okay, but don't take it too serious. Don't make life decisions on it. Don't that. Okay. Thanks, Scorpio. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed that reading. So that was a very deep spiritual reading for this week. And yeah, I think next week will be like general readings. I can only do this deep stuff for so long. I get really tired. Thank you, Scorpio. Guys, have a wonderful week. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.